Thank you, Senator. I'd like to turn now to my friend and colleague, the senior Republican on the Higher Education Subcommittee and the Education Labor Committee, Mr. Guthrie.
Thank you. Thank you for coming today. And Senator Alexander kind of touched on what I was going to speak about for you. When I talk to people back home, I mean, a lot of the biggest concerns, that you hear from people in my neighborhood or elsewhere is cost of college and to be able to afford to send their kids to college. And a lot of these are middle class incomes that people can't get the Pell Grants, but they have to borrow money for their kids to go to college. And if you think about where the lender subsidies and the savings of the federal treasury come from, we hear a lot about lender subsidies. But under the FEL program, the federal government established the interest rate paid by students, and the government also established a market-based interest rate of return for lenders. And they can never earn more than that amount. And when they do, they pay back the extra to the federal government. In today's low interest rate environment, the federal government is actually earning money from FEL lenders. Even under the emergency legislation that acted last year, the government's making a profit. And what our colleagues on the other side of the aisle have discovered is that the federal government can earn even more money through the direct loan program, where the students pay, and this is what Senator Alexander was talking about, where the students pay interest and fees to the government directly. The federal government has a lower cost of borrowing than private industries do. And because the Treasury borrows at a lower rate with the full faith and credit, they borrow at a lower rate, but they're still charging the students the same interest rate. So as the federal government lowers its cost of borrowing, we don't pass that on to the students. We are taking that money, so students paying back their loans are financing all of the programs in this bill with the college, the Pell Grants is what Senator Alexander talked about. They're financing the community college programs, which all of us agree on. We don't think it should be on the backs of people paying back their loans or struggling to pay back their loans. Another thing, they actually take money from them and move it into the secondary and elementary and secondary education area in this. So we're actually transferring student aid money into other programs, and we think that's unacceptable for those who are struggling to try to pay for college. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you, John. It seems like every day the administration and the leadership